Okay. We are going to talk about Gibbons versus Ogden.
Presented by April, Selena, and Amanda.
Okay. These are the facts of the Gibbons versus Ogden. The New York granted Robert R. Livingston and Robert Fulton the exclusive right of steamboat navigation on New York state waters. Livingston assigned to Ogden the right to navigate the waters between New York City and certain ports in New Jersey. Ogden brought this lawsuit seeking an injunction to restrain Gibbons from operating steamships on New York waters in violation of his exclusive privilege. Ogden was granted the injunction and Gibbons appealed, asserting that his steamships were licensed under the Act of Congress entitled An Act for Enrolling and Licensed Ships and Vessels to be Employed in the Coasting Trade and Fisheries, and for regulating the same. Gibbons asserted that the Act of Congress superseded the exclusive privilege granted by the state of New York. The Chancellor affirmed the injunction, holding that the New York law granting the exclusive privilege was not repugnant to the Constitution and laws of the United States, and that the grants were valid. Gibbons appealed, and the decision was affirmed by the Court for the Trial of Impeachments and Correction of Errors. The highest court of law and equity in the state of New York, the Supreme Court, granted certiorari.
Chief Justice John Marshall ruled for Gibbons, holding that the New York's exclusive grant to Ogden violated the Federal Licensing Act of 1793. The court examined the clause's phrase, commerce among the several states, concluding that the word among means intermingled with. Accordingly, Congress' power to regulate interstate commerce does not stop at the external boundary line of each state, but may introduce into the interior. In other words, Congress may pass any law that regulates commerce so long as that commerce is not wholly confined within a single state and its power to regulate such commerce is plenary. Under this interpretation of the Commerce Clause, Congress clearly had the authority to regulate the commercial steamboat route between New York and New Jersey. It was assumed that the Licensing Act of 1793 did this and that the New York law in question was in conflict with it. Thus, the New York law was unconstitutional and New York's injunction against Gibbons was overturned. Gibbons was free to operate his steamships.
Court was urged to take a broad view of the word commerce. Presenters argued that the federal coasting license superseded any New York regulation by Commerce because Commerce Clause gives federal government exclusive control over interstate commerce. Gibbons boats were properly enrolled and licensed by the federal government pursuant to a congressional act. Federal license included the disputed area between Elizabethtown and New York City.
Court urged to take on... Okay. Court urged to take a narrow view of the word commerce. As a sovereign state, New York was fully empowered to neglect business within its boundaries. New York guaranteed Ogden a legal exclusive franchise, and anyone who wanted to operate a steam-powered vessel in New York harbor would have to pay him for the right amount.
What did you say? You already finished it? Oh, okay. That's our presentation. Hope you like. Want to say anything? No, you don't want to say anything?
No.
Okay. Our other partner couldn't be here, but she's here in heart and soul and mind. Okay.